Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm Lewis, and this is Metal Lens Reviews. So welcome to my channel. So, if this happens to be your first time here, you're checking it out, you like what you see, thank you. Please do me that favor of like, comment, subscribe. As I mentioned before, it really helps me grow the channel, spread it to the masses, and of course motivates me to provide you guys with more content to watch. Alright, so what are we doing here? We're going to be reacting to Electric Callboy with REVERY. This is a new one from them that just dropped recently. And with Electric Callboy, best way I could describe them is metalcore, industrial, techno, all that kind of mixed into one. They make it work. They don't take things too seriously, as you can tell by the videos, if you've seen any of their videos or content. I mean, some songs are more serious than others, but, you know, they know how to have fun, and surprisingly very tight. You know, like, if you look at them face value, you'd be like, oh god, what am I in for? And odds are that the videos are more entertaining than the music sometimes, but, you know, like I said, this kind of music, it's very competitive. There's a lot of copy and paste kind of bands out there, but I give them credit for standing out and being goofy and having fun with the music and combining, you know, dark electronic style kind of music into metalcore and somehow churning it out to this, you know. Yeah, I believe they're German, I think, I want to say, so yeah, they incorporate elements into that, too. Like I said, it's one of those bands you have to see and listen to experience. Alright, so got that out of the way, let me cue this video up, and we're going to check them out together. Alright, once again, this is Electric Callboy with REVERY.
Hush, my darling, can you see the midnight sun? Midnight sun, close your eyes, it's time to dream. The night has come, night has come. Don't be scared, just slip the darkness. Hold you tight, hold you tight. Tip tap, follow me into the light. I wanna run away, leave my body behind. When I get done running, don't know what I'm behind. I can see the scary faces that's lying in me. When it feels like I wanna run, try to be free. Faces, we see those faces. When they keep on coming back. Can you see those faces? The scary faces. Tell me what you want from me. Reverie, you took the loneliness away from me. Don't wanna feel like a puppet. I still need some dark cabin.
So this is interesting. Yeah, I mentioned before, their videos have like a theme or it's making fun of something, whatever. This is like, you know, fantasy, Stranger Things-esque kind of feel. But if anything, I don't think it's a parody of it. I think it's just them maybe appreciating that style, you know, maybe. Who knows? You know, Electric Callboy, you're like all over the place, so. But it's entertaining, it's, you know, it's got nice elements, actually. It's just right. It's not too bonkers, too, like, trying to wrap your head around it, you know. And not saying their music's like that, but just, you know, like I said, they're very out there. That's their niche, you know, to stick out as they, you know, over eccentric and stuff, and usually a parody song about something. But this is kind of serious, has a nice flow to it so far. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, let's keep going.
What is time in the dark? Let's follow the bones.
say, man, you know, the visuals. Whoever does these videos, gotta give them credit there, right? Yeah, it's definitely not that serious, but like in, you know, serious dark fantasy kind of tone. Like right away, my mind got drifted to Stranger Things, but there's other movies like, you know, like Legends and all that kind of fit this. Yeah, dark fantasy. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, this is cool, and it's good. It's more Electric Callboy, serious-esque, you know. The, you know, verse chorus verse style, nothing too drastic. I love, you know, there's a little bit of that overtone of electronic I hear in the background. This is more of a metal heavy kind of song, so that's cool. It's one of the, I guess, their heavier efforts and tracks. I believe this is off an upcoming new album. So yeah, it's cool seeing what kind of direction they're gonna push in towards. You know, it's like anything else. You know, you got to start somehow and make an impression. You know, kind of like with this channel, I like to throw in reviews or podcasts of my own sensibility, as opposed to doing, you know, not opposed, but like, you know, I like to take a break and, you know, talk about issues I like. And the reel to try and get the audience is obviously doing reaction videos of all kinds. I never pick a specific genre or, you know, country of origin when it comes to music. I try to be broad as possible so I can hit as many audiences as I can, and you know, share what I know and my personal feelings, you know, in other videos. But anyway, that was a long rant. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm actually kind of digging this. It's hard for me to pause too, because I want to just kind of hear the whole song in its entirety. Let's keep going.
Follow my call, you'll be mine tonight. I steal all your dreams, I'll feed on the light. I draw your mind in the dark. You got me right now. You will never over. You got me right now. You're gonna die, you're gonna die, you're going to move.
The loneliness away from me. Don't wanna feel like a puppet. I see a leash, I'm gonna cut it. All I need is reverie. You will forever be a part of me. Don't wanna feel like a puppet. I see a leash, I'm gonna cut it. All I need is reverie.
Nice transition there. Awesome. Visuals, lyrics, everything spot on. I mean, you know, I love the dual vocals, heavy breakdown there, and I love the, you know, this one is not as eccentric when it comes to the electronic background, but it has just enough that, especially involved in that background. I love that blend. I don't know what it is. It always kind of stood out to me. Just like when I hear a good keyboard or piano line, like a metal song, I always love that. Additional layers to you know, heavy music. I think that really makes it well-rounded and you know, stand out. But yeah, you know, and like I said, again, the visuals. You know, I appreciate. I'm a film lover at heart. You know, and I love. I'm a sucker for a good music video. And like I said, this definitely plays on that fantasy. I also get Ready Player One kind of vibes. If you guys ever seen that, you know, video game. Futuristic reality, but I don't know, it just has that kind of Steven Spielberg-ish kind of vibe, you know. I think that's what they were going for. Anyway, that whole dark fantasy background, and I'm sure the theme is definitely to that. But yeah, I mean, so far, I mean, the recent songs I've listened to and heard, not bad. Like this is, yeah, Electric Callboy, but especially this particular song has more of a kind of an aggressive punch. While the it has melodic moments, obviously, but the electronics are pushed, and you know, if anything, they add a little fluff to the song. Got a little bit left to finish it out. I'll let you guys know my final thoughts.
You took the loneliness away from me. Don't wanna feel like a puppet. I see a leash, I'm gonna cut it. All I need is reverie. like a puppet. I see a leash, I'm gonna cut it.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. Like I said, are these bands is this band gonna be on my Spotify playlist? Maybe. But I could definitely jam out to a song. Like I said, I'm a sucker for good music videos, good sound engineering, blending of different genres. For them, they have the electronic and metalcore kind of sound. Because metalcore obviously is, up there right now and, just being popular. But you run into overlapping with other bands, and yes, they have that element there, but, they, like I said, some videos, have a parody sense, a comedic element. So you have that kind of, different element that's working through the song. But, it checks all the boxes, and it still kind of stands out, in a very crowded genre. So, kudos to them, like I said, and they, even though they might not take themselves seriously, sometimes this song I feel like had a very serious element, but kind of playful fantasy type thing going on. They're still tight musicians, and the dual vocals and everyone who's making this magic happen. I don't know, it sounds good to me. I like it. Like I said, not my top tier band, obviously, probably not even in the ballpark, but I appreciate all the elements that make this song, and I think that's pretty commendable and to point out. What do you guys think? You guys like this one? You like serious Electric Callboy? Do you appreciate the parody stuff? Let me know in the comments below. And there you have it. Electric Callboy with Reverie. Awesome. I think a pretty decent track, actually. Like I said, really, really enjoyed the dark fantasy element and the background, the music video. It was a nice touch. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, thanks for, sitting through this video with me. If you made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to throw me some kind of recommendation, some song suggestion, whatever, or if you just feel like being nice and contributing to the channel, blah, I'll leave a link down below. Buy me a coffee. You could do it through that. And other than that, my friends, that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching. See you all very, very soon.